Some of the civilians gasped. One woman fainted. But the MPs pushed them forward. Vita, move. They were led to the whipping block. They were led to the ovens where bodies were burned. They were forced to look into the open eyes of the dead. Patton watched them like a hawk. He wanted to see their reaction. At first, they looked shocked. Then, they looked horrified. But then Patton noticed something else. Guilt. Some of the men started crying. Some of the women were hysterical. But some just looked down at their shoes. They knew. Deep down, they had always known. They just chose not to look. Patton walked up to the mayor of Ordruff. The mayor was trembling. Patton looked him in the eye. You knew, didn't you? The mayor didn't answer. He just shook his head, tears streaming down his face. Patton turned to his staff. See? They are not the master race. They are just people who lost their souls. The tour lasted for 2 hours. By the end of it, the citizens of Ordruff were broken. Their arrogance was gone. They were covered in the dust of the camp. The smell of death was stuck in their clothes. They were loaded back onto the trucks, silent. They drove back to their clean houses with the flower boxes. Patton felt satisfied. He had delivered justice. He wrote to his wife that night. I have never felt so angry, but I believe we taught them a lesson they will never forget. But the lesson was too strong for some. The mayor of Ordruff and his wife went home. They entered their house. They sat down in their living room. Maybe they talked about what they saw. Maybe they sat in silence. We don't know what they said, but we know what they did. The next morning, American soldiers went to the mayor's house to give him further orders. They knocked on the door. No answer. They knocked again. They kicked the door open. Inside, they found the mayor and his wife, dead. They had slit their own wrists. Beside them,